The 1938 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic by CMC Models. You asked, I deliver. Here we go again with another diecast review. If you remember last time, somebody requested a Lamborghini Countach and a Ferrari Testarossa. I brought it to you. That's what I do here. And just recently, somebody wanted to see a Bugatti Atlantic. I'm making it happen. That's what I do here at this channel. That's what I'm doing for you. I love my subscribers, all 200 of you. There are people out there with 200,000 subscribers. They don't give a shit about you. That's what I do here. Chris is a man of the people. You want to see me tap dance? I'll tap dance. You want to see me shoot an apple off my head with my 9mm? We can probably make that happen too. So whatever you want to see, we're going to try to do here. I am here to serve you, and that is it. So let's bring the camera closer to this bad boy and see what we got going on. Okay, here we are. This is the 38 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic by CMC Models. I've had this car probably a couple years, and like the other ones, it has been in storage for that time. So I actually have not seen this model since I bought it. I'm sure when I bought it, I opened it up and I inspected it to make sure it was okay and it wasn't damaged or anything like that. But other than that, I'm kind of seeing it for the first time again, along with all of you. So let's talk about this model. First of all, I believe CMC offered this in both a blue, kind of like a royal blue, and this black here. And I can't exactly tell you why I bought the black instead of the blue. I'm guessing it was probably slightly cheaper because, as you know, I'm a cheap ass. But still, these are not inexpensive models. This one is probably about $400 or so, maybe a little bit up, a little bit down. But it's done to an extremely high standard. And I would say among the CMC models that I have, this is probably one of the nicest. The level of detail in this thing is immense. And quite honestly, the detail is so immense, it's kind of a pain in the ass to show you because you've got all these little clips and doodads and stuff that kind of open up and they're really fragile and stuff like that. So if you mess around with them too much, you could easily break them. So usually what I do when I display these cars is I usually kind of get them in a configuration that I like. If I want to leave the doors open or a hood open or something like that, I put them in my glass display cases where they don't get any dust or anything like that. And then I just leave them. I really don't touch them a whole lot. So I just peer through the glass and look at them from time to time. But this one, it's been in the box for the last couple of years. So I'm kind of glad to just get it out. I had a good reason to get it out now. So happy for that. Let me open up the engine bay here. I think I did one side earlier to try to get it open. There are a whole bunch of clasps and stuff that you've got to open up in order to get to the engine, and they're kind of a pain in the butt to do it. You got to use like little tweezers and stuff. I'm going to hand hold the camera here so we can get a better shot of this. There we go. So as you can see, the level of detail in the engine bay is amazing. I don't know if they got little Chinese midgets putting these things together with really small hands, but the level of detail in the engine and really everywhere you look is top quality. The biggest downside to this model doesn't have anything to do with the quality of the model because it's impeccable. The biggest downside is because it's black, it picks up fingerprints like you wouldn't believe, so you almost can't even touch it. The last time you touch it has to be with like a microfiber cloth when you're wiping it off, and then wherever you're setting it down, you kind of have to leave it. Otherwise, you're going to see all your fingerprints on it. So what do we have going on here? Well, these sort of suicide doors open up. Everything looks like, it should look like wood. Looks like wood. The seats and the door trim. I don't know if they're actually using real leather or not, but it would not surprise me. All the clasps and stuff that should be metal are. I mean, look at the detail on these windshield wipers. See if I can focus in for you. There we go. It's just amazing. And even inside the wipers, there's actually rubber wiper blades inside them. So there's just no detail that is left for want here. No stone goes unturned or anything like that. The fuel filler cap right there, that will open up if you want it to. All the mesh on the grill is real mesh. The paint on this is pretty much flawless. I kind of like the black. The blue looks really good too, and I'm sure you've seen it if you're familiar with CMC models. But I really like the black. It's kind of stealthy. It's a little bit understated. And I think for a car like this, back in the day, it was pretty flamboyant as it was, so maybe black makes a little bit more sense. Now the back little spare tire here, there's a cover that goes over that, a metal cover. I've taken that off so you can see the spare tire. And it's held on with clasps and stuff too, so it's a pain in the butt to get off. So I'll have to put that back on when I put this back in storage. But what an amazing little model this is. This is the kind of thing where if you take a picture of it in a light box or something like that, and I'll show some pictures of it at the end of this video, it almost looks like the real thing. I mean, the details are so good, you would be hard-pressed to distinguish it from the actual real car. And as far as the car is concerned, this is probably one of the most influential cars that have ever been built. I mean, this is kind of your typical Pebble Beach winner here, but this might be the grand poobah of that. One of the most important cars ever built, maybe one of the most valuable cars ever built. Tens of millions of dollars, I am sure. And also one of the most beautiful too. It's just, you know, you gotta remember this is back in the 1930s. So, you know, a design coming out like this in the 30s was just like, you know, this is like a spaceship back then. Almost like how the Countach was in the early 70s to the sports car world. If you're looking to pick up a CMC model for the first time and you just can't decide which one you want to try out first and get your hands on one of these, this would be a great one to start out with. I know I think I showed you the 250 GT California, and that's a great car too, but I think I would steer you toward this one first. If you've never bought a CMC, this has a lot of value in it. I mean, they're not inexpensive, like I said, and you guys know that. But if you're trying to get one that's going to give you the most value for your dollar, this one is pretty close just because of all the details that are in it. You can really explore this car and spend, you know, a good half hour tooling around with it and having fun with it. You know, obviously you can take the wheels off, little knockoff rims there you can take off. So the wheels come off and you can inspect the brakes and all that stuff. I usually don't do that just because, you know, like I said, you're talking about pieces that are really small, really fragile, and I just don't want to break the stuff. So what I would normally do is I would display this car probably with the hood open so you can see the engine, maybe a door open, and just leave it at that. I usually don't touch these models too much. But what a great car. Again, great details. You can even see straps behind the seats, little metal rails on the seats, and look at the anchor points on the doors. Just amazing. Everything is done to such a high standard. All the details that everyone else would forget about and gloss over, you're going to get that on a CMC. When you buy a CMC, they're actually really good value for money. And the reason for that is, you know, if you pay $350, $450 for one of these, you know, 5 years later, they're still going to be worth what you paid for them. And in a lot of cases, more than that. So, you know, there's just certain products in life that are always going to hold their value. You know, a really nice wristwatches, a nice handgun will, and a really nice die-cast model usually will too. Now, I haven't, like I said, I haven't priced this in the market recently, but I probably paid, well, it probably retailed for like $400, and because I'm cheap, I waited for a massive super sale with discounts and stuff and applied the discounts to a CMC model. So I probably got it for $325 or $335 or something like that. I try to buy at the absolute low end whenever I can, just to get the most die-cast for the money. So for whatever reason, I have to sell these things. If I have to go out and get a new kidney or something, I can sell these things and then fly to Bangkok and get a new kidney. So there you go. 38 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic by CMC Models. Go out on eBay and see what you can find. Replicars. I'm not endorsing them. I just do a lot of business with them. Market Replicars is a good guy. They'll take care of you there. Plenty of other places you can buy them too. But this would be a great one to start if you don't have any CMC models and you're looking to get your first one. This would definitely be a centerpiece type of model for your collection without a doubt. And the problem is once you set this one next to your other models ain't gonna look so good. So, but that happens. So go out in there, see what you can find, and buy it for the best price you can. If you got any other requests that you want for die-cast models, let me know. I probably got something very close to it, if not the exact car you're looking for. Put the request below. If you have any comments or suggestions, put those below. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. If you haven't liked it. And make sure you tune in again so you never miss an episode. See ya.